Hello everyone and welcome back to more Let's Play Subnautica. In the last video, we went ahead and checked out some of the other crashed life pods. Saw that they weren't doing so good. Also saw that the Aurora itself is not doing so hot either after a quantum detonation. So in between videos, you can see I'm now holding a waterproof locker. I went ahead and crafted this, as well as I also went ahead and crafted the radiation suit. Now, one thing to note about the rebreather versus the radiation suit, so you can only have one helmet on at a time. So if I'm going to want to have full radiation protection, I'll have to take off the rebreather and put on my radiation helmet. So in order to free up some more inventory space, I went ahead and, as I said, made this waterproof locker. I went ahead and assigned it to my quick slots by pressing 1 while hovering over it like so. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this just near my life pod, and see I just let go of it like so, except I didn't quite drop it in the water there. Oops. That's actually, I kind of want to just leave it here so it'll be easier to find. Although I have encountered glitches by having waterproof lockers on life pods in the past, so I think just to avoid that, I'm going to go ahead and try to throw it into the ocean. Now, as you can see, it'll sink a little bit of a ways, but it'll still kind of just float here. And as I said in the last video, it will stay here. It won't, like, drift off anywhere, and things won't really mess with it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm just going to drop off pretty much all of my supplies in here. Yeah, including these acid mushrooms. Oh, you can see I'm actually already full up on space. The storage only holds 16 spots. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and drop these acid mushrooms just out in the ocean here. They're everywhere in this coral reef, so I'm not super concerned about it. So while I was out grinding for materials, I actually got another radio notification. So let's go ahead and listen to that.
This is Avery Quinn of Trading Ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over? Nothing but vacuum. These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS, you offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
Huh. Well, it sounds like Hope might be coming. Although, you know, I'm not an intergalactic space captain by any means, but I would think a SOS with a ship that's not responding would warrant more investigation. Maybe that's just me, though. So as I said in the last video, we're going to go ahead and try to find more Seamoth fragment parts. I'm going to go ahead and put my Sea Glide back on my hotkeys down here. I kind of want to take another battery with me, although one should be fine. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and try to find more Sea Glide fragment parts. You might have also noticed in my HUD, under my meter count, I now have a compass. I went ahead and crafted that as well. So that's pretty nice to have. If you're looking for general directions, though, excuse me, if you're looking for general directions without the compass, you can kind of use the Aurora as a point of reference. The tail end here faces towards kind of like the southwest, whereas towards the Aurora itself is more to the east. The northern hole is more to the north, and yeah, the other direction then would be west. So let's go ahead and head out, kind of out where we were exploring out in the... I'm blanking on the name of the biome. Basically, the open water biome with the red seaweed. Now, to head there, we're actually kind of heading in the wrong direction. We're going to want to head more south-southwest. Yeah, as you can see, this compass is already kind of saving me right now. If I had drifted off in the wrong direction, that might not have been the best idea. Ooh, you can see we got kind of like a pit here. I'm gonna go ahead and check this out. I actually don't recall this. Now, one thing you want to watch for that I think the game did tell us in the first part was that when you dive below 100 meters, you're going to want to watch your oxygen as it will start to deplete more quickly. And I actually misspoke in the last video when I said that the rebreather saved you oxygen. It does do that, but it only does so when you're below 100 meters. I have my rebreather on right now, and had I not had it on right now, my oxygen would be depleting much, much more quickly. However, if you're above 100 meters, I don't believe it actually does save you any more oxygen. So my apologies for misspeaking on that. I'm just going to go ahead and break some more of these sandstone outcrops. Mostly to find more silver there. One thing I also kind of failed to mention why I was coming out here to grind was that sandstone is much more easy to find out here in this open ocean as opposed to the reefs or the kelp forest. Ooh, I'm getting a little... You don't want to go too far east, and there's a very good reason for that, so I want to head more southwest, I think. But for this point in the game, I would generally stay kind of away from the Aurora. We will be heading more towards that area soon enough, but we're going to need a few more things before we're ready to go over there. Okay. Ooh, now you see these spires out here. That's actually a new biome, and it's one I kind of don't want to venture into just yet. We will be heading over there soon enough, but for now, I do want to stick more to this biome here. I think off-screen I'm going to go ahead and try to... Oh, jeez. I'm not really sure what was hurting me there. That kind of startled me. You can see here we've got a laser cutter fragment. Oh, jeez. I don't know what... Is it the sand shark? I didn't think those hurt you that much, but maybe they do. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these first aid kits. Now, we went ahead and got a laser cutter fragment from that particular treasure chest. I mean, they're more or less actually treasure chests, but storage units, I think is what the game refers to them as. And the laser cutter is going to be an essential tool for exploring more of that Aurora area, as well as some larger wrecks. Yeah, we're definitely too far east. I'm going to need to go just straight up west. Yeah, the laser cutter can be used to cut open doors that are otherwise locked in larger wrecks and more towards the Aurora. I don't know if the game has actually explicitly nudged us in that direction, but at some point we will actually be exploring the Aurora. Okay, here's a larger wreck that I would like to check out here. Let's see. That's metal salvage. We don't particularly need that. Yeah, we'll take some more copper. Always take more copper. Let me poke my head around here. Okay, here's a Seamoth fragment part. Very nice. I think we only need one more after this. Yes, alright. Now, I think I mentioned it in the last video as well, but in addition to another... Ooh, a bar table. We'll go ahead and take that. But in addition to getting the Seamoth fragment parts, we will also want to get more mobile vehicle bay fragment parts. As to get the Seamoth, we'll actually need the mobile vehicle bay. I suppose it's not much of a spoiler. I've kind of been dancing around what the Seamoth actually is. Well, let me go ahead and surface real quick. And then I'll open up my crafting menu, and then I think we can actually see... Let's see... Yeah, as you can see, the Seamoth, you can kind of tell here, but it's actually a submarine, and it's going to make exploration much more useful than the Sea Glide will. But we'll need the mobile vehicle bay in order to build the Seamoth, so we just have to get one of each more parts of those, and then we'll be good. If we find a large enough wreck, we should be able to find a mobile vehicle bay fragment part, as well as another Seamoth fragment part. Okay, so I might go ahead and just meet you off-screen, depending... thought I saw something. Depending on how long this takes me. Oh, I'm actually going to cut in here, because you might see these blue things right here. This is actually an indicator that we are in another biome. And it's not necessarily one we really want to be in just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and poke my head around here a little bit. This biome, I believe, is called the Grand Reef, and I am a little bit wary of being here, but I'll go ahead and poke my head around just a smidge. Ooh, a thermal plant fragment. I'll go ahead and scan this while I'm at it. While I was out and about, I actually was able to complete blueprints for a bioreactor as well as a scanner room. Those are going to be pretty important for your base that we will eventually want to make. I'll probably start doing that within the next video or two. I went ahead and picked up a gel sack there. Those aren't going to be needed for much later in the game. You know, there is a part of me that wants to explore this, but I honestly wouldn't recommend going out here until you've got the Seamoth. If nothing else, for the reason that it's very deep down. I believe the Grand Reef there goes up to 400 meters down, and having to swap back and forth between the surface and going that far down is not really something you're going to want to do. It's not very efficient for exploring the ocean. So I'm going to kind of head more northwest. Yeah, but if you're not careful, you can find yourself drifting into kind of the wrong part of the ocean, or parts you don't necessarily want to be in just yet. For this point in the game, I would recommend sticking more to the safe shallows, the kelp forest, and God, I really wish I could remember the name of this biome here that we're in right now. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking for more large wrecks, and I think I'll just cut back in when I find one. Or maybe I won't have to cut it at all. Here's one right here. This isn't quite as large of a wreck as I would like to find, but this is still a pretty decent sized one. Okay, see how this door is, yeah, it says seal door cut open to access. We're going to need the laser cutter fragment. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that burp. I might just go ahead and edit that out like the other one. We're going to need the laser cutter to open this door. So we won't unfortunately be able to get in there just yet. Let's see. I'm going to poke around here a little bit more, see if I can find some more fragment parts. And you're probably noticing the radio icon going off in the upper right corner there. I am noticing that too, don't worry. But I am going to ignore it for now because I would like to get the Seamoth before I start answering more radio messages. And you might see why shortly here. Okay, we actually found our last Seamoth fragment rather down here. So now we have the recipe for the Seamoth. Once again, though, we won't be able to craft that without making the mobile vehicle bay first. So we're going to want to keep hunting around for parts of that. And I might actually have to go back towards the safe shallows to find that. I do believe parts of it will spawn in this part of the ocean, but they might be more frequent where I was earlier, or rather closer to where my life pod is. In the meantime, I will continue to look around here. Oh, here's a bioreactor fragment, as well as yet another Seamoth fragment. Let me go ahead and show you what happens if you scan a fragment that you already have all the parts for. You can see you'll get 2 titanium for scanning the fragment. So if you are in need of titanium, it is worth it to still scan these. I'll go ahead and scan this to show you I already have all the bioreactor parts. But the Seamoth, or rather the titanium fragments, are easier enough to find. They're in limestone deposits, and you can get them from metal salvage. So it's not super necessary to go out of your way for them in scanning parts. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and cut back in here. You can see now we have found a much larger part of the Aurora's wreck. These parts here are especially worth checking out because there should be plenty of things to find around them. Plenty of parts to scan. You can see we got some more Seamoth fragments here. Ooh, and a sand shark as well. Wow, we actually have multiple. You could probably get a whole Seamoth just from this part right here. This is actually a scanner room fragment here. Oh, come on. And I'll go ahead and scan this just to show you that I already got all these parts here as well. Or maybe I didn't. This is taking a while to scan. Oh, okay, cool. So no, we actually do need one more. I'm glad I scanned that because I almost didn't. So you have one more to get the scanner room. And yeah, now that I'm looking, you can actually definitely just get all the Seamoth parts you need from this one giant wreck here. Now, I'm really hoping to find a mobile vehicle bay fragment here. I only need one more to make that. That's metal salvage. That's more metal salvage. I don't quite need that. Let's see. Nothing in there. You know, I might just have to look in other parts of the ocean for this. That's a Seamoth fragment. For this mobile vehicle bay. Oh, here's another scanner room fragment. Okay, with that we have the blueprints for the scanner room. Okay, that's another scanner room fragment. Looks like you could pick up a whole scanner room for just this large wreck too. But you're seeing now why these large wrecks are definitely worth checking out. Oh, is that a... Ooh, that's a propulsion cannon fragment. These will be very handy to have a little bit later in the game. Let's go ahead and get some oxygen. But not too much later. You're actually going to want it before you kind of check out the Aurora area. When we actually go to check that out, I'll kind of list off all the things you want to get before going towards the Aurora. But in the meantime, we'll just kind of stay away until we have everything there. I'm going to do one more sweep through here. Excuse me. And if I don't find anything else I'm looking for, I'm just going to go ahead and cut away until I find another, once again, mobile vehicle bay fragment. Yeah, it looks like we can't really enter this wreck at all. Ooh, what's this over here? That's another scanner room fragment. We don't need those anymore. Okay, I think we've picked up just about everything that we can from this large wreck. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut away once again, and I'll cut back in once I've actually found that, I just said it. I've been saying it multiple times. The mobile vehicle bay fragment. So I will meet you on the flip side of that. Okay, we're back, and I've actually found my last mobile vehicle bay fragment. It's here in a box. Oh, don't tell me. Here we go. I was going to say, don't tell me I lost it already. And it's here in a box in the kelp forest. And if you're going to look for the mobile vehicle bay, I would actually recommend searching more in the kelp forest as opposed to the grassy plateau, which is the name of the red seaweed region we were in earlier. I'd recommend looking around in like this kelp forest area more than the grassy plateau, as it is more common to find the mobile vehicle bay mobile vehicle bay fragments in that part of the ocean. I did actually look it up online because I was curious, and sure enough, mobile vehicle bay fragments actually don't randomly spawn in the grassy plateau, not just on the seafloor in a standalone crate. You do have a chance of finding them in large wrecks like the one I was at. We just didn't get one to spawn there, and I see a box here. That's a sea glide fragment. We don't need that anymore. Alright, so I'm going to come in here, and let's see. Okay. Again, I'm going to kind of avoid the radio for now. You can answer radio messages at your leisure. You don't have to, like, it won't go away or you won't miss events for not answering the radio. You can just take your time with that as much as you want. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this vehicle bay. Now, it looks like we'll need titanium ingots, lubricant, and power cells to make that. To make a power cell, which we're also going to need for the Seamoth, I believe that takes a battery and some wiring. No, two batteries and silicone rubber. So that'll be easy enough to craft. Titanium ingots, we also need one of those for the vehicle bay. You make those just from combining 10 titanium together. We're also going to need one of those for the Seamoth itself. So we're going to need 20 titanium altogether, which shouldn't be an issue. Lord knows there's plenty of it around. Let's see. So this is 10, 13. We need 7 more titanium. I think we have some more in here. We have 1 more in there, so we'll need 6 more. That shouldn't be too hard to find. Let's just go get some metal salvage for that. Now, if you do find yourself in need of titanium, again, you can pick it up pretty easily from metal salvage. That'll deconstruct into 4 of it. And if you're looking for metal salvage, you'll want to look actually around here. Okay, nothing in there. You'll want to look in the kelp forest as well. As I kind of pointed out in the second part, the stalkers actually like to pick up metal salvage, and where they take it is into the kelp forest. So that's a good place to get some titanium. And as common as it is, and as much as I've been dropping it and avoiding it, we are actually going to need a lot pretty soon here to start building our habitat. For now, I'm going to go ahead and make 2 titanium ingots. Again, that'll be 10 titanium each to make those. First, we're going to need to take apart this metal salvage. After that, I'll go ahead and get some more creep vine seed clusters for the lubricant, as well as the silicone rubber. We might actually already have enough of that. No, but we're going to need more because we're going to need... Let's see, we're going to need 2 power cells, right? We already have 2 silicone rubber here, so let's go ahead and get... I think we'll be fine if we get 3 more things of creep vine seed clusters. Come on. There we go. You will want to be mindful in picking these up as they take up 4 inventory slots each. That's kind of why I'm making separate trips to come out and grab all this. Let's see. Should we get some acid mushroom? Yeah, we'll get some more acid mushrooms while we're out, because we're going to need to make quite a few more batteries. So I think I'm literally just going to grab as many as I can. But as you can see, these are just everywhere. Okay, inventory is full. Acid mushrooms are literally everywhere. One thing that many players do their first time playing, myself included, is you'll just see that you can pick up acid mushrooms. They'll probably be the first collectible you'll find, and you'll just like fill up your inventory with them thinking, oh, I'll hoard these for later. That'll be nice to have. But they're kind of common enough that you can just kind of leave them out and about. Okay, let's make a battery. We're going to need to make 4 batteries altogether to make 2 power cells each. And I'm actually going to want to make more batteries than that. Let's see. Make some more lubricant here. Yeah, I'm going to want to make even more batteries than that because I'm already finding myself starting to run low. Let's go ahead and pick up this medical kit. Take out some more copper. 2 more pieces to be specific. We'll need some glass, I believe, as well. Let's take out the silicone rubber. Lead we can put away. This titanium we can put away. Gold and silver we can put away. Gel sack we can definitely put away. As I said, we won't be needing that for quite some time. Let's see. Okay, let's make a power cell. And make another battery so we can make another power cell. Okay. And okay, we already have everything we need to make the mobile vehicle bay. Excellent. Alright, now let's go ahead and double check. You can see this takes up a lot of inventory space, but we won't be needing to keep it in our inventory, and you'll see why here in a moment. Okay, here's the Seamoth. Okay, so we just need a lead. So we will take one of these out. And I believe that should be everything we need. Looks like we actually didn't need this silicone rubber. Oops. Oh. Looks like we actually... You know what? I will actually hang on to that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab some more acid mushrooms. You can see the game's prompting me to release the vehicle bay. But I want to make some more batteries, as well as another power cell before we do that. Much like batteries, you'll want to have some spare power cells at pretty much... at least one at all times. And we'll get into that here in a moment. Let's go ahead and grab some copper out of here. Okay, make another battery. Yeah, now you're starting to see why in the first part I said you want to get as much copper as you can, because batteries, you're going to want to make as many of those as possible. They're very, very handy to have at literally any point in the game. Now, let me take a look at my inventory here. I know some of you are probably just yelling at your monitor for me to get on with this, but like I said, I really want to make sure that I'm appropriately stocked up here. So I'm just going to make 2 more batteries, and then we'll go ahead and get this rolling. Okay. Now, as the game prompted us, we're going to go ahead and release the mobile vehicle bay. To do that, you'll bind it to a quick slot. The game telling me yet again, hey, check your radio. We will pretty shortly here. Okay, there goes the vehicle bay. Now we'll go ahead and climb onto it. And this, like the metal salvage, will stay in this part of the ocean. It won't drift away or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. But this is where we actually go to craft vehicles. And you see we have everything to craft a Seamoth.
The Seamoth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
Ah, yes, there it is, the Seamoth, my favorite vehicle, my favorite just general mode of transportation in the game.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
You can see it's got its own flashlight. You can also see that we actually don't use up oxygen while we're in here. Now, though this doesn't make any real-life sense, the Seamoth you can get in and out by hitting E, actually, and right or left-click to get back in. You can get in and out of it at any depth, any depth that the Seamoth can go to. You can see this yellow number up here is its maximum depth, which at this point is 200 meters. But the main reason to want the Seamoth, the main reason to want the Seamoth is not only for more convenient transportation, but also a more convenient source of oxygen. You might have noticed in the first couple of parts I've been going up and down and up and down to get oxygen. That won't be the case anymore. Now we can just come back to the Seamoth to refill our oxygen, which will be very handy to have. Alright, so now that we've gone ahead and made that, I'm looking at the timer. I think we have time to go ahead and read this radio message. Let's go ahead and do that.
High priority automated message from Aurora Live Pod 13 coordinates attached. Live Pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kasa. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So it looks like we have another pod to check out. Oh, burial detail. Yeah, it looks like this guy already didn't make it. Let's see. 175 meters down. It's quite a ways away, but I think we'll be able to find it. Let me see what direction that is, actually. Okay, I think we should be able to make it to him okay. Let's go ahead and hop in our Seamoth and head towards this life pod. You can see I kind of hit a fish there. That'll happen a lot, and that could actually cause damage to your Seamoth depending on how big the fish you hit is. You can see that wrench there is the Seamoth's health, currently at 100, as well as the battery. Now, as you can see, that's slowly depleting. Having the lights on will make it deplete more quickly, but it looks like day is going to break relatively soon here, so we might not need the lights too much longer. I'll go ahead and leave them on, though. But that's why I said you'll want an extra power cell, because trust me, the last thing you want to happen while you're out and about is for your Seamoth's power cell to die, and for you to have to swim all the way back to your base to make a new power cell, and then swim all the way back out to your Seamoth to put it in. That's why I generally advise carrying an extra power cell on your person, in addition to the batteries you'll want to be carrying as well. Now you can see here that the signal is actually deeper. Well, you can see it says 175 meters. But we're going to have to kind of swim up a bit here because we're in more of the shallow area. You'll also want to be careful in these shallows. It is possible to accidentally beach your Seamoth. And you can get it unstuck, but sometimes depending on how well you have it stuck, it can take a bit of finagling. Now this might actually take us into a new biome here. I don't remember for certain. As you can see, we've kind of just been swimming through shallows and kelp forests so far. But this is a bit of a drop-off here. This is taking us to a new biome. You can see these mushroom-like plants here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn these lights off. Since day is breaking, we can conserve battery life. And in this particular part of the ocean, we want to be a little bit careful not to, how do we say, attract unwanted attention. I'm going to stay a little vigilant here.
The biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint Altera vehicle signatures.
Interesting. These are called glow rays, I believe. Let me actually go ahead and swim up to them. They won't harm you. Jelly rays. Yeah, they won't harm you, so you don't have to worry about that. It's, well, it's something else that I was worried about. Ooh, and there's lithium deposits around here. Those are a little uncommon, not necessarily rare, but you want to pick those up every time you see them. Ooh, and from this data box we get the Ultra Glide fins, which will allow us to swim even faster than normal. Yeah, you can see this life pod kind of got torn open as well. Makes me a bit uneasy. I don't know what's been going around and tearing open these life pods, but I hope it doesn't pay mine a visit. Go ahead and grab the abandoned PDA there.
Integrating new PDA data.
Ooh, more lithium. We'll pick it up here. Now you can see there's actually a massive lithium deposit here, but we'll need some new special equipment to pick that up. We actually won't be able to pick these up for quite some time, but it's still kind of handy to keep in mind where those generally spawn. Alright, so I'm kind of debating if I want to explore this area more or not. Let me look up here, actually. If this is the particular area I think it is, it might be a little safer than I think, but... You know, I really don't want to push my luck. Let me actually... Yeah, I don't really want to push my luck. I'm honestly just gonna get out of here. I know I've been really vague in alluding to what, you know, harm might befall us, but soon enough we'll be seeing what might happen to us. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the life pod, and we might actually get another radio signal on our way back. If we do, I think I'll cut back in, but if we don't, I might just go ahead and meet you at the life pod. And we'll start the next episode there. So, you know what? Either way, I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the episode here. So, thank you so much for watching. Let's play Subnautica. This is Hexlex, signing out. Have a good day.